That's all I have. We lost you for a second, Kent, but I was good, so thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go Will and then Mike.
Hey, Rid, how's Austin Bolt coming along?
He's doing good. I knew somebody had asked sooner or later. No, he's doing good. He's really progressing. I think one of the big things we've seen from him is just really improving on the fundamentals and techniques and really improving just his skills at developing as a tight end in overall, not just being a fast guy running around that can jump up and catch balls and that sort of thing, but really improving in every aspect of what it's going to take to be every down tight end.
What did it mean to you to see Tyler Eiguren put on scholarship?
That was awesome. There's a guy that we talk about blue collar all the time around here. And a guy that shows up looking blue collar. He's got his boots and his spurs and his belt buckle and hat. So it's awesome to see a guy like that rewarded. But I think more importantly, what I've really enjoyed is seeing him grow as a player. We sat down and talked to him about what he needed to improve on and how he was going to be an impact player for us. And then we come out here in fall camp and you see all the stuff we talked about. He's doing it every single day and showing up and fighting and setting a great example on how to prepare yourself physically, how to prepare yourself mentally. And you see that and all of a sudden you're like, okay, it's awesome to see a guy be recognized for that kind of work.
Thanks, Rid. Good to see you.
You bet. Good to see you.
Hey, Kent, I wanted to follow up on Tyler a little bit. And you guys have had great success over the years, even skill position players of diving into small school Idaho, Fruitland and Marsing and, the list goes on.
Yep.
What do you love about these small town kids? What's consistent?
Being Bronco fans. And so, there's a commitment from them when they get here, like, hey, I'm going to make this work. I've seen other guys like me do it. And that's probably the coolest part about it. We've had a bunch of other walk-ons from everywhere else do really well here too. But just to see those guys, because they're so bought in when they get here, hey, I'm privileged to be a part of this. Now what can I do? And, that just put their nose down and go to work. And, some of them, it takes a while. Some of them, it happens right away. It's been a varying path for many of them. But I think just to see all those guys have success and be able to get out on the blue in front of their friends and family and all that, I think is a tremendous, it's awesome.
Obviously he's not going to start the season as your number one guy. I have no idea how the season's going to develop, but what role do you see with him immediately?
Yeah, well, he's going to play. He's, one thing he definitely brings is a physical presence for us. So he's going to play. You'll see him out there every game, every time. But I think one thing he's really done is he's really developed in the pass game. So he's always been a tough guy and a bigger guy, but he's doing a great job in the pass game. So I think you'd be surprised at what you see some of these guys do.
In terms of camp, now that camp's pretty much over, and I guess I'm asking you to compare, or maybe how this camp was different now that it's over and you have a chance to kind of look back on it. Where was it better? Where was it different? What kind of vibe are you getting from camp?
Cool. That's a tough one. and mostly because, for us, it's like get here in the morning and work till night and go home. So in some ways it's the same in that part. I think the biggest thing has just been the energy that guys are showing up with every day. Guys are here, ready to roll. They've taken some of the different things we've had to put in place to make it so we could practice in stride and holding each other accountable to make sure we can stay on those things. And I think that's probably been the best part of it, just watching everybody work together to pull this thing off. And when I say everybody, I mean from Coach Avalos, down to our student workers here, our operations people, all that stuff. This has been a lot of hard work just to be here practicing with each other every day. And the players making that happen, doing what's required of them to keep everybody safe and healthy. And then the planning to make that happen. And then through all that to actually get out into the meeting rooms or on the field and have energy and not just kind of staring at each other like, okay, well, here we go again. But hey, what are we working on today to get better? And then actually doing it. I think that's probably been the most impressive part.
Yeah, appreciate your time.
You bet. Everybody good?
Yeah, Red, thanks very much. Appreciate you getting on.
All right. Take care, guys.
Thanks, Kent.
Divine, you got us all right?
Sir.
All right, let's go Will, BJ, Ron this time.
Okay, Divine, how is fall camp coming along for you personally?
It's going good. Just getting in shape and getting ready for the season. Because last year, COVID, it was only about 7 or 8 games. So it's a full stretch. Getting ready for that.
Where do you feel like for you personally, you've taken your game to another level compared to last fall?
Just pass rushing, just added more moves to my bag, Pass rushing.
How would you describe the depth that your unit has?
That's one thing we pride ourselves on. We talk about it all the time, having dependable depth. So I look forward to seeing that there's no drop off from blue to orange or even white. So we take pride in that.
Thanks, Divine.
Appreciate it.
Divine, you got class now. You guys are, turning the attention towards UCF. I mean, a week from tomorrow, you get on that plane and head down there. I mean, is it starting to get pretty exciting here now that you're kind of past the fall camp part and into focusing in on the Knights?
Yeah, this is the part of football everybody looks forward to. This is all our dream. Just gonna soak it up and dominate.
What's this opportunity mean for you? We've talked a lot about your story and getting here and stuff, but getting a chance to be in a Thursday night primetime ESPN game to start off the season like this. I assume this is the kind of game you dreamed of playing in.
Oh, definitely. This is gonna be my first time playing in front of fans as well. So this is a great opportunity to get my name out there.
I know it's still early, but have you looked at UCF's personnel a little bit and what does stand out initially about their offense?
I know they go quick. They're very, very fast as a team. So we'll be looking at that definitely.
What is that competition like to try to fight? We'll ask you about the depth on the D line, but to try to push your way onto the field and get some playing time with all the talent you guys have there. What's that competition been like in camp?
It's very, competition is there, but at the end of the day, it's LOF. We all love each other, so we just keep it as a brotherhood and just dominate together. No matter what group we're in, just keep it at that.
I know a lot of times JUCO guys and stuff, they say it takes them a full year to really kind of feel like they fit in and that they know that this, everything in terms of the speed of the game and all that stuff and just the differences when you move up a level. I mean, how much more, I guess, confident and comfortable do you feel going into this season, maybe from when you got here?
Yeah, definitely. From when I first got here to now, confidence and everything's just up from there because I didn't know what to expect coming into last season. And, these 8 games we played last year, that really prepared me a little bit for what's in store. The game is really fast at this level, so I'll be ready.
Appreciate it, man. Best of luck.
Appreciate it.
Devon, you mentioned getting in shape. Have the trainers had you cutting any weight this year, or have you done anything different this offseason?
We've doing a lot of running, like speed work and stuff. So I've gotten down to about 295, 300 in that range.
Where were you last year?
When I first got here, I was 330.
330. Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you feel having lost 30 or 40 pounds?
You feel much quicker. You can breathe more. It feels good overall, even in everyday life. So yeah.
I wanted to ask you about the decks that you guys run every offseason. I know that was new for you last year. What was it like tackling that monster for the first time?
You have to be mentally strong. Just you get to rep 8 and everything feels the same, or even for some people 5. And being a senior, I don't know if it was my last time doing it or not yet, but I'm just grateful I got the opportunity to even just run those decks with those guys.
What was it like that first time at 330 pounds? I mean, you had to be dying going up those things.
Well, we only ran 4, but, I was just dead tired. After that, I just went home and just crashed on my bed. I couldn't do anything. But over time, you get used to it because now we lift right after deck. So, it's all good.
And I wanted to ask you about Scott Matlock. I know he's put on 13 or 14 pounds this offseason. What stands out about him, and where have you seen him grow the most since last year?
He's just mentally and physically stronger and better at everything, I feel like. Like, that's one guy I go to. I'm a senior, but he's older than me. So it's kind of like a big brother thing. I kind of go to him when I need help on techniques or play calling, just anything. I could go to him for sure.
And last one for me, this fall, have you seen more time at nose or 3-tech, and what do you see as your role in this defense?
I'm just doing both, actually. And feel like just a dominant presence, stopping the run and, pass rushing, playing 3-tech and 2, and, just doing it all. Whatever they need me to do, I'm just going to go out there and do it for them.
Appreciate it, man. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Let's go, Mike and then Bob.
I think he said it's good.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Bob. Then I'm sorry.
Okay. Divine, I want you to help me just so that I have it down and I hear it from you. How do you pronounce your last name?
Obichere.
Obichere?
Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned playing against UCF as a team that's going to like to hurry. Boise State this year looks like they want to run it at a pretty good tempo. As somebody playing in the defensive line, what are some of the keys to being in there and being good against a team that likes to go fast?
I feel like you just have to be mentally prepared for that. If they're going fast, don't start overthinking things. Just simplify the game and do what you know, like how to do. So just being mentally ready.
Is it tough to substitute for the defense as the drive is going, and how do you do that?
Definitely. I feel like you substitute when they substitute. It's kind of that kind of, when they change personnel.
And is it more difficult than facing somebody that's going to slow it down?
I mean, it depends on the team, really, but we have the same goal. Whoever we play, just dominate them. Whether they go fast, slow, or medium, whatever they want to do.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yep.
I appreciate the time, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me.
What
All right, BJ.
what was that like for you? We saw the video where Khalil texted you or whatever, but what was that moment like for you and having all your teammates mob you and stuff?
Oh, it was, I don't know, it was like kind of like blacked out a little bit, to be honest, but it was super cool. It was like a lot of hard work finally paid off, and it was awesome to have all my teammates there, to support me and congratulate me. And it was a pretty cool moment.
What was that phone call like to your family?
So I don't live too far, like hour away. Fruitland's about an hour away. So we had the rest of the day off. So I went home and told them in person. And they all freaked out. I mean, they were super excited and it was actually really cool too. Yeah. So,
well, I mean, I know, I'm sure that in your mind, that was the plan, I assumed, to work your butt off and earn a scholarship. I mean, how, some walk-ons can do that, some can't. I mean, what was your goal coming into Boise State here, and what does this mean to you to that the coaches saw enough of you to want to give that to you?
I mean, honestly, like, just going in, I just want to help my team win, and so like less important to me was the scholarship, like the concept behind the scholarship, like the coaches believing in me and all that is kind of more what I was worried about. And then just being able to like help the team, so it's awesome to be able to be recognized for all the hard work, but at the same time, I mean, it's all about helping the team win football games. That's all that really matters to me. So that's kind of the mindset I've always had.
And final thing for me, man, how do you think it's going so far? How are you fitting in? We've heard your name come up, and we know you've obviously done some things to earn this. So how do you see yourself kind of carving out a role? We just talked to Coach Riddle, and he said we're going to see you out there on the field every game. I mean, how do you look at your role in this team moving forward?
I mean, I don't really necessarily, I mean, we're still kind of working some things out, you know, we don't know exactly. We got like Kurt, we got a couple new guys in here, young guys. So we haven't really necessarily figured that out. Losing John Bates, you know, we're trying to fill that hole. So I don't think that there's necessarily like, it's not exactly decided yet, but like, I mean, I'm going to do whatever they need me to do. You know, I'm going to do whatever I can to help in the tight end room and special teams, you know, whatever they need. So, I mean, I think my role could be all over the place. But I'm going to just do the best I can at whatever they ask me to do. So.
Okay, that's all I got. Thanks for your time, man. Congrats again.
Yeah. Thank you.
Me, Craig.
Yeah, you're good.
Hey, Tyler, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
So you mentioned you grew up only, you know, an hour from Boise. How big of a Boise State fan were you growing up?
I mean, yeah, huge Boise State fans. Like my family's had season tickets for a long time. So I've always been a Boise fan.
Is there a certain game that you went to that you always remember?
I mean, I remember going to like both the Oregon games, watching them, Boise win in those games. I mean, I remember watching like Titus Young, Austin Pettis, all those guys from way back, all the way to like Coach Miller. And like, I remember all that. So, I mean, I've just got a good background with Boise State, always been watching them. I mean, I've been to a million games.
So what's it like to grow up watching this program and now have spent the last 3 or 4 years immersed in it?
I mean, it's definitely like different than you expect. You know, that was always my goal, was to be able to play college football. And then like, I mean, obviously I really wanted to play here at Boise State. So, but it's like, it just shows like you realize how much work is put into, to like being successful, that you don't really realize, like all the hard work that we do that maybe separates us from other programs. You know, you don't really realize all that until you get here. And then it's awesome to be able to be a part of it and like understand why Boise State's had so much success in the past. And hopefully we continue to do that.
Riley Smith is a guy that came to college as a quarterback, moved to tight end. Where have you seen him grow in that role the most over the last couple of years?
I think like Riley's a great leader. And he's really like in school and on the field, he's really smart. So he's awesome that way, that he can he knows everything and he has that like quarterback mindset. So he's really good at, just a second.
Austin?
Sorry, I got kicked off there.
No problem, man. So you were saying that Riley has a quarterback mindset?
Yeah, he has that quarterback mindset. So he's always been really conceptual thinking. Like he understands the offense really well. And so he helps everybody else kind of play in that role. And also he's just a great leader. He's a good example to all the young guys and all of us really, of how to work hard and always be on top of your stuff and be successful in everything he does. So he's awesome that way.
Thanks, man. Congrats on the scouting.
Thank you.
Let's go Bob, Mike, and Will after that.
Tyler, Hank has mentioned that you guys are really tight as far as, you know, just away from the field. You probably have as good of insight into him as a person. How have you seen him grow, and how is he more maybe ready to be quarterback this year than in the past?
I mean, he's grown all over the place. I mean, in lots of different ways. I think the biggest thing that he's got going this year that he hasn't maybe had as well in the past is I'm sure you guys have heard that he's kind of a goofball and all that. But this year in particular, I think he's done a really good job of being a leader and like knowing when to be a goofball and when to like really focus and kind of like have that leadership role. Because like maybe before guys didn't take him as seriously, but this year I've really seen like a change that way. Like the team really like listens when he talks and is really like dialed into what he's saying, and he's working hard and being an example. So he's been really good as far as like leadership goes.
And what about on the field? Is there one area where you think, you know, watching him out there on the field, that you think he's improved the most?
On the field, I mean, I think like just like seeing everything, like he's doing because with our new offense, he like runs the protections and like everything more. And I think he's doing an awesome job at like seeing the field, seeing the defense, and like being able to pick up, like move the protection to be able to pick up blitzes and doing all that. I mean, he's done a great job with that, which is in turn making our pass game really successful and all that. So, and run game.
The tight end position here is sort of a tight end, sort of a fullback, although they usually don't hand the ball to somebody when they're the blocking back. Where are we going to see you line up in Boise State's tight end scheme, and where do you think you fit the best?
I mean, I think I'll probably do a lot of blocking. I'll be a little bit like in some of our heavier personnel packages. I'm the fullback. I'll be like the Y. So like the on-ball guy. And then, I mean, I'll run some routes too, but I'd say I'm like, more of like a true Y where I'll do a little bit of route running and a little bit of blocking kind of. I'd say that's where you'll probably see me the most.
But more on the line or sort of off the line, or
more on the line?
More on the line. Okay, great. Thank you.
Hey, Tyler, Coach was talking about you and just kind of what you bring to this football team. He mentioned that you're kind of I can't remember exact word he used, but he says you show up in boots and hats, and you got kind of a personality, an Idaho personality to you. What shaped you and who you are and how you became who you are?
So I actually grew up on a ranch out in Jordan Valley, Oregon, which, I mean, if you've ever driven to Oregon or California, you've driven right through it. It's a little tiny town. So I grew up ranching all the way until I was in 7th grade. And then we moved down for sports and school and stuff. So a lot of what I've done has been like ranching and I mean, digging posts and picking up rocks. I mean, a lot of hard work, just like physical labor is kind of how I was raised and brought up. So I think that has a lot to like attribute to like my success on the field, because it's taught me how to work hard and kind of not worry about the little things, but just get the job done kind of a deal. So
Boise State's had a lot of success with those kinds of players, and a lot of those players have gone on to be successful in the NFL as well. So what is it about small town Idaho that works for Boise State football?
I think it's just that mindset, like just not worrying about, because a lot of guys get caught up in this and that and who's talking and what they're saying. But like, I think coming from a small town, you just don't worry about that. You just learn how to like dial into whatever matters, and like focus on the team and like that desire to win and that competitiveness you kind of get. And so you just work hard and want to win. And I think that comes a lot with being from a small town and like loving what you do and enjoying it and working hard at whatever you're doing.
How would you describe yourself now as a person away from football? What kind of young adult are you now?
I don't know. Like I'd say I'm a little adventurous, a little different. Like I go home, like in the summer, what I was doing for work is I was helping my dad ride horses because he didn't have all my families left, like my little brothers and stuff. So I was helping him ride horses when I wasn't at football. And I don't know, I do all kinds of stuff that a lot of people have never done, especially on the football team. But I don't know, I just love being active. Like I can't stand like to sit still for more than 5 minutes. So
does Hank still have his boots, jeans, and hat, or was that just kind of a one summer deal, or is it serious now?
He comes all the time. He loves to come out and ride horses, so he comes whenever he can. He loves it. Oh yeah, he bought boots and hat. He got it all now. So
and he's still doing it on a regular basis.
I mean, yeah. During the summer, he came out a couple, like probably 5 or 6 times and rode. But like now, I mean, I don't even go. We're busy right now, but yeah. So he still comes.
All right, Tyler. Appreciate your time. Have a great season.
Thank you.
Tyler, being an Idaho kid, what's that mean to you? Being an Idaho kid on the Boise State football roster?
I mean, I would say like, I don't know, like to me, it's just, for me being a fan all growing up, it's like something it's like a dream, like living your dream, like something probably a lot of Idaho kids want to do is play on the blue. So I just feel really fortunate and really blessed to be able to be a guy that gets to actually fulfill that dream, actually get to live that. And there's nothing like running out on the blue on a Saturday night. I know that.
How does your dream compare to reality of what you're living in right now?
I would say it's pretty on par. It's exactly what you imagined it would be. And it's super fun. And I love the sport and I love my teammates. And so, I mean, there's nothing I don't like about what I'm doing right now. So.
What's it mean to you to follow in the footsteps? This program's had a lot of standouts come from Fruitland. What's it mean to you to follow in those guys' footsteps, like Joey Martirano and Alec Danens and those types of guys?
Yeah. I mean, they around here, they have not as much anymore, but they used to, with the old staff, they'd always say Fruitland forever because we've had so many Fruitland guys come through. And so it's an awesome legacy that Fruitland's got built up. And I still talk to Al, and I talk to Garrett Larson a lot and all those guys. So, but it's an awesome legacy to be able to continue and kind of have that grind, get shit done, toughness mindset, that's always come from all the Fruitland guys. Just try and keep that going.
Final one for me. Could you take us back to the moment when you told your parents that you were put on scholarship? What was their reaction and what were they saying? What were they doing?
I mean, my mom screamed, and my dad was he just gave me a hug and he's like, this is what you get for, keeping your head down and just getting it done. He's like, good things happen when you just focus on what really matters. And he was super excited and proud of me, and my brothers all freaked out and they were super excited. So it was super fun. Really cool experience.
Awesome. Thanks, Tyler. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tyler, appreciate the time. Thanks for making it work on the first day of school. So
Yeah, no problem.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.